Yeah, yeah, old school. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, this ain't for everybody. Some of y'all need to hear this. I know you're in the trenches fighting, but check it out. I'm gonna put it down like this so I can help the saints understand. Everything you're going through is all part of the master plan. Or what? You thought cause you got saved everything was gonna be peaches and cream? You better wake up, son. Don't nothing come to a sleeper but a dream. Faith without works is dead. Read your Bible, you know what it says. He who don't work don't eat. Slackers don't get fed. Yeah, Jesus said he who puts his hands to the plow looks back the same ain't fit. Some of y'all ain't been in the trenches 5 minutes and you about ready to quit. I ain't mad at ya, I'm just hitting you with the real. If you died for me and I was still tripping, now how you think that make you feel? Check this out, deep game, this here's deep. Some of y'all ain't sawing nothing but you started trying to reach. But unto him who is able to possess your fathers by his glory. Struggles might be part of your testimony, but it ain't the end of the story. Now the point is this was prophesied way back in the day. Choir, sing your hook right here and see if the church can relate.
I know we can make it. I know good and well. God can work it out.
Not strange, the fiery trials are to try you. You say, why you? But your church say, what would Jesus do? Why you asking if he ain't trying to do what he's saying? He told you he was going to have tribulations, but you thought he was playing. 1 minute you're telling how good God is and can't nobody beat the talk. The next minute you're backsliding so fast, look like you're moonwalking. Oh yeah, I'm preaching to myself because I ain't no better. It ain't like I've been following his every word, obeying it to the letter. So we soldiers, we got to remember that. Regroup, stay on point. Yeah, bow down, confess, repent, stay humble, let him anoint. It ain't easy as I thought it was. I'd be lying if I told you that. But it's showing up getting better all the time. Trust me, that's a fact. Ain't nothing we going through that can't be handled. God put that on his son. Like they say, you can shout now if you want to, because the battle's already won. So while you're going through the valley, don't even trip. You're going to be on top. Choir, sing the hook line one more again. This time you don't stop.
I know we can make it. We can make it. I know good and well. God can work it out. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. He'll work it out. We can make it. I know good and well. Oh, yeah. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. If you let him, I know good and well. He can work it out. Work it out. Work it out.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? I'm going to pump the brakes right there. I just had to give a minute to Big Boy upstairs. You know, it's my belief, you know, and maybe it is yours, too. You know, with Big Boy's help upstairs, we're going to be able to work this thing out called life, you know, because there's a whole bunch of crazy-ish going on out there right now. You feel it, Dilmy? And I don't know what to say and what to do about it because every day is something else, something else, something else. I don't know. But anyway, I hope wherever you are, wherever you be, whatever you're doing, I hope you're doing it safely as possible because whatever you got, I don't want you to give it to me. But anyway, sit back, let the windows down, turn the air conditioner up, you know, and put your ears on this thing I like to say. You know, hump day, we done made it this far, so I got a feeling you're going to make it the rest of the way. Anyway, we got a great show lined up for you today. A really dynamic vocalist is going to be joining us. And, man, she got some heat. I love her style. You know, she's good-looking, talented, and smart, and all that stuff. So, brothers, you know, y'all out there, beware. Let me see, is Miss Reesy Wright with us? Are you with us?
Hi. Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, loud and clear. Please forgive me for being a little silly, but I feel like that right about now.
Oh, my goodness. I'm glad to be here. It's definitely a blessing. I really appreciate you guys having me on.
Well, thank you for joining us. You know, I was just listening to your music a minute ago, and I'm like, this young lady writes with a purpose.
Yeah, I try to. You know, sometimes I get all in my emotions and it comes out, you know. So I tried with this album to be very real. And I didn't like, you know, sometimes I don't want to be all cussing and I'll be all, you know, I guess ratchet is the word. And I found myself previously censoring myself. And I'm like, you know, this time go around, oh my goodness. This time go around, I'm not going to censor myself. I'm going to, you know, tell it like it is, because you never know who inspired by the music or, whose life you can change. So, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Music is the international language. That's one thing that I know globally that could touch anybody's emotions. You know what I mean? Even the hardest of they could touch their emotions, and you can communicate through this thing called music. Reesy, what anybody? Let me say, for those that you don't know, this is Reesy Wright. I think I said that earlier, but I will say it again. What first got you started in the music business?
I got started in church.
Like we all did.
Choir.
Like we all did.
Yeah. That's how I started. That's how a lot of people started. And I always sang in the choir. All my relatives pretty much can sing. They used to just throw me in the choir. I had this little high voice, and most of the times in church you got about 1 million altos and like 3 sopranos. So they was always throwing me into the choir so I could sing those high notes and those heavy parts. So that's how I got started. And then eventually, I wasn't allowed, believe it or not, to listen to R&B growing up. So I would sneak at night and listen to the radio station.
Who was you listening? Who was you listening to?
Man, what's funny? It's there was like an old school show, old school radio station where I'm from, Hot 105. So I used to just listen to the oldies, and maybe that's how I developed like an old school type of vibe, because that's what I used to listen to growing up. I mean, every now and then I would put it on hip hop and hear Nelly and stuff like that. But for the most part, I would listen to the old songs, and so I mean, I definitely the Whitneys and the Pattys and the Gladyses, and and even like especially the 90s, like that was big, listening to like Silk and all those boy groups and girl groups. So that's kind of how I really got started, just listening to music and being in the choir.
So you sang all through school too?
And that's the weird thing. I was in the choir at church, but I didn't get into chorus until like 10th or 11th grade. I just didn't. I don't know why, but weird enough. I probably should have. I would have been like,
look, hey Reesy, what else was you doing? What else was you doing?
Man, I used to be. I was a cheerleader, and then I was on a step team. So that's really like what I was into, like just dancing and cheering for the football players. So that was me. Yeah. I tried to do a coach the other day. That ain't really work out too well for me. But it's all good.
Yeah, well, you here now. You here now in a grand way.
Yeah, it's a blessing, man.
Yes. Listen, we got let me see, we got a few of your songs here queued up, and I want to play one so our listeners can get a taste of what you do, and then we're going to be back and chop it up. So, question, what do you think we should play for them first?
Let me see. You know what? You can play Be Something. Be Something is, I sang that on live the other day, and that blew my, I was like, I need some tea after this. You can play Be Something.
You would have to mention one that we don't have, because we got Nothing Else Matters and Energy and Don't Play With Me. See, now you got to send me that other one.
I thought I sent that one. Oh, man. Okay. Then no, that's it. Don't play with me as Be Something. Sorry.
Okay.
Tag wrong. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, see. At least it wasn't my fault, people.
Sorry.
But anyway, I like that song too.
That's
like,
that indie life.
We really gonna talk about that one because I know that song got a story behind it. I know that one came from somewhere.
Okay, I'll tell you the story when we come back.
All right. Hey, everybody, this is Miss Reesy Wright. Don't play with me. Let your windows down, turn the air conditioner up, and put your ears on this.
If you don't play with me am indie. With your host, Lamont Patterson. I'm independent, but I'm in it. I'm feeling fine all the time. On my grind, I am indie. Alicia Rain at the wave.
Yeah, we back with our guest today, Miss Reesy Wright. That's hot, girl.
Thank you so much.
When I was in school, that little dance thing that we used to have at school, you know, all the guys who used to wait for a record to come on like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we didn't do all that. We didn't do all that old fast stuff, you know. We used to wait for the slow record.
Yeah, it was all about love making, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I didn't even think about the song like that, but yeah, and you could definitely like do it like, you know, like baby, we could be something. Come on now.
Mhm. So come on now, because I was waiting all the time. I was listening to the lyrics. I was waiting to hear the story. Now, where did that one come from?
You know what? It's so funny because it's not, you know, my inspiration doesn't just come from, you know, things that I'm going through. So this actually was inspired by someone I knew, and she was just telling me a story about how her and this dude was rocking, and you know, it's when you talking girl talk, and I'm pretty sure guys have their talk, you know, it's just like uncensored, whatever, we just being real. And she was just telling me, and she was like, yo, you know, like we've been rocking, we ain't got no titles, you know, it is what it is, you feel me? But we was like laid up in the bed, and you know, he just was like, she was like, you messing with anybody, you know, because you know, we hadn't been talking for a little while, and then he told her, well, yeah, I'm messing around with somebody, you know, blah blah blah, and so then she was like, well, you know, that means that we gotta use a condom, and he was like, what? Why? And you know, it's just like. It's like, hello, you ain't finna be sleeping with me and sleeping with somebody else and not using protection. Like, that's just stupid. I don't rock like that. So then, you know, that's where that song came from. So that's why when you were like, oh, you know, yeah, you know, you could be in the, you know, in the dance hall, you know, slow dancing and all of that stuff. I was like, I ain't even thinking about it from that aspect, because it could definitely be that type of song, like, baby, don't play with me, like, sweetly, but it also could be like, man, I ain't playing with you. Like, you either gonna act right or we ain't gonna go there, you know? So, yeah, so that's kind of the story behind that, and it just, like, you know, the next, like, after she told me that, I was like, yeah, I feel you, because, you know, I'd be the same way, you know? And then the next day, like, the track was playing, and I was like, oh, that's it. That's it.
Okay, guys. Reesy already gave y'all a disclaimer. This is not about her.
But best believe, you know, I believe it, you know, like, straight up. Straight up.
So Reesy, out there, let me ask you this one. You know, out there in the world, you know, the industry they like you if you sound like somebody, or they don't like you if you don't sound like somebody. So to you, who do you think you sound like, if anybody?
You know, I do not believe I sound like anybody. Like, I've been doing music for a little while now, and I kind of started back again recently. And people used to ask me that question, and I used to always be like, oh, I'm like a Mary J. Blige mixed with this and that, and you know, or you know, I'm like a, you know, like a Mariah Carey mixed with SZA. It's like crazy, you know. And now I'm to the point where it's like, sound like nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Reesy Wright. You feel me? Like, what comes out of me is natural. It's real. It's not like I took somebody's song or, you know, and meditated on it and, you know, I spit out something just like it. You feel me? Everything is just vibes and, you know, maybe what I'm going through or what somebody else is going through or, you know, something that God wanted to, you know, relate through me. I don't know. You feel me? So I don't necessarily think I sound like anybody. I may have been influenced by people, you know, over the years for sure, you know, because I am a lover of music, you know, but yeah, that's what I think about that. I know a lot of people don't like that question answered like that.
Hey, look, it. I'm like your president. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Why you gotta be
It is what it is. You know what I mean? If that's the real thing, it's the real thing.
That part.
Yeah. So in this thing we call in this thing that we call the music business, that we really got to be crazy to be in it too. So I'll put myself in that one. How important do you think social networking is today?
Oh man, it's very important. Like, it's very important because. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry about that. It's very important because, like, years ago, like, especially when you hear about the stories from the 90s and things of that sort, like, you had so much talent out there that never was heard, you know, and even some of the artists that were heard, you know, maybe they had some crappy deals and, you know, drove them to insanity because they didn't have any other options. You know, it was big record company or nothing at all, you know. So now you have an opportunity where it's like, you know, either if you're popular enough or you putting out content enough, there's definitely a grind that comes with putting out content. Or if you're just super talented where, you know, you put out something and it goes viral or something like that, like, you have more opportunities now. So I love the social networking. Like, you know, years ago I probably wouldn't have had the capability to be, you know, or find, you know, a radio station like yours, a blog like yours, you know, but things are expanding now. You know, people are getting their own platforms and doing their own thing. It's not just big radio, big record label, you know, they run everything, you know. So I love the social networking aspect of it. I love that people can DM me and say, hey, your music inspired me, you know, like, I love it because it keeps me going and it keeps me seeing that there's a possibility that, you know, eventually I can make this long term.
The reason I asked you that is because I know a lot of people, which I see a lot of artists that's been in the game for a minute, that's not really social, not really computer lit, and they don't really have the team, and they're not really up on, you know, the Instagram and all the different social media platforms. So they end up not being able to utilize that. And I notice that even a lot of major companies nowadays, the A&R departments don't really go out and see artists at first, you know, when they first just come in the game. They don't really go out and check them out. They go on the internet first and, you know, look at all their little stuff, you know, their Instagram, see how many likes they got, their YouTube stuff. And, you know, if your music is good, then they'll look a little further. But then, you know, if they're not really impressed by what they see, they don't really check for you. And to me, that's like a good thing and a bad thing, you know what I mean? Because in the old days, A&R people used to have to go out and really see the artist or the band, you know, up close and personal. Yeah. A lot of times, you know, if you put out the wrong song, it don't mean you're a bad artist. It just means that wasn't the right song at the right time. Correct.
Agreed. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. From that aspect, for sure. You know, because it kind of takes out the vibe and the personality from it. You know, because you can go to somebody's show and it's life changing. You know, because of the impact that the vibe that they have when they sing or perform is different than you watching something on the television. So I definitely agree with it because right now they're not looking at really, I don't even think they really care about talent too much, so to say. They really care about the numbers, you know?
Right.
Like, oh, how many followers you have, how engaged they are, you know, can you really, they really kind of got a little lazy for real. They ain't trying to build up artists no more. They want something that's already packaged and ready to go, you know?
Yeah, well, that's like that in the industry, period. Because I remember, back in the day when I was really doing my thing. We used to go to the Grammys and award ceremonies and all the industry related shows. That was a really big deal. Everybody used to get dressed up, and be just sharp when they go. Now you look at some of these award stuff, and the artists look like they just walked off the street.
Because they probably don't have that PR person like, or the budget for it, or for that, for the person to design their clothes and stuff like that. Like, her budgets aren't even like what they were back in the day.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying that all of it, but at least in my era,
no,
artists
I get
used to
it.
look
Some
like,
of it.
artists used to look like artists 24/7. You know what I mean? They used to be in their artist mode 24/7. It wasn't like, oh yeah, I got to go get dressed to be an artist. I'm always an artist,
Yeah, and I get that, because it's like, I guess it depends on what type of artist now, because sometimes the artist is still doing so much other things, like they're even though they're at that level, they may still have to wear so many hats. So they can't just focus on being an artist, which kind of kills the artistry a lot.
Yeah, it do. You got to be out on the corner selling masks or something. Anyway.
The grind don't stop, okay?
No, it definitely don't stop. It definitely don't do that. So Reesy, your album was released just this past August?
Yes. I released it. I almost didn't release it. Like, man, I wasn't sure, because a lot of people were telling me, no, just put out singles. But I know me, and I know that I'm trying to work on, not getting distracted and things of that sort. And I've made tons of songs that people probably would never hear, because I done moved on to the next. So I was like, no, I'm putting out this album because there's so many beautiful tracks, so many emotional tracks that I wanted to share with the world. So, yes, I put it out August 21st, and it's out, It's out. It's getting great reviews. I think I sent you the top 3. Yeah, I sent you the top 3 songs that, people have been messaging me about, and I sent out a survey to my followers, and, these were the songs that they kind of picked. They probably would have picked Drinking and Smoking also, but Drinking and Smoking, I kind of released that like a few months ago, so it's not something new that they heard. But, yeah, the album's out. Transparency.
I like the title. This one just jumped out at me, this question here. If you could change anything about the industry, what would it be?
I think I would have the industry maybe be a little more open-minded. For the industry, to me, it's always been so cookie-cutter. There's a specific look. There's a specific sound. There are stereotypes. Like, oh, if you're a black girl, oh, you sing R&B. That's what you sing. If you're a white lady, you're a pop star. Like, and even though you might sing R&B, for some reason, R&B white singers cross over to pop all the time. It kind of doesn't make sense, but that's what happens. If you're a rapper, oh, you're a thug. So I think a lot of open-mindedness, where to allow music to just be music. I remember I was watching a movie one time, and I can't remember what movie it was right now, but he said, the marketing guy said, hey, do you have any records? The record company manager, whoever, he said he told me to come check you out and tell you, what's next. And he was like, well, the music that I kind of been, I think it was Smokey Robinson, I don't remember, but whatever. He said the music that I have been creating is not like what I've created before. So I don't think that they will like it. And most record labels will probably be like, no, stick to what you know and let's keep it moving. But this particular marketing guy, or whoever he was, he said, give it to me and I'm going to put it in front of the audience that I feel would be the best for it. But either way, if it's a hit, we gonna put it out there, you know? So I think more of the the industry needs to look at it from that perspective, you know, not put a specific genre on a specific artist, because artistry is what it is. It's artistry, you know, and the same for, you know, what somebody looks like. You know, a lot of people, I remember I used to rock blonde hair. I used to have short afro blonde hair, and I was in New York, and that was not it, you know. No one liked my blonde hair. But, you know, that my music wasn't any different, you know. So, yeah, that's what I think.
I agree with you on that point, you know, and what I find out, too, nowadays, which is really, really disturbing to me, a lot of people in those companies, well, I'm so glad that I have my independent company. There are so many guys in the major record companies, they don't come from music, Reesy.
Oh.
You know what I mean? They don't come from music. You know, they went to school, you know, they got grandfathered in, or they daddy, uncle, or mama, somebody worked for the company, but they never wrote a song, they never played a song, they never sang a song. You know, they didn't come from that. But they could sit up and want to critique your stuff.
And judge
and I find and I find that to be more of a disservice. You know what I mean? How could you tell me how to ride a bike if you never rode a bike? You know what I mean? To me, that's really a disservice to a lot of artists that they go to these major situations and they'll have somebody critique them, and they don't know what the hell they're talking about because they've never done it.
Yeah. It's like, how you gonna tell me to sing it? How about you try it? Let me hear it. Let me hear you.
Yeah,
Let me hear you. That's all right. Go ahead.
Yeah, they don't come from that. So to me, you know, you can't tell me how to bake a cake, and you ain't never baked a cake. You can tell me how to go get the instructions off of YouTube or something, but how you gonna tell me how to do it? You ain't never done it. And I see that more times than not, and that goes to what your point is, and that's why that happens, because they don't have the right people in the right positions.
I agree. I definitely agree.
So
that's why I love being independent, for real, because it's like I get that freedom. Like, if it feels right, you know, if I can do it, I'm going to do it, you know, because a lot of times that feeling is there for a reason. You know, it might not make no sense, but
well, that's the
everything
magic,
happens
you
for
know.
a reason. Yeah, correct.
And that's the magic. So tell me, you know, I jumped off your album. I'm going to jump back real quick. How would you describe the sound of it?
Oh, my gosh. Like, it's such a blend of different sounds. I mean, it has some tracks that's like a little jazzy, a little you have a little neo soul in there. You have some R&B in there. Even some poppy tracks, you know. So it definitely hit a few blends of sound, and it just came out beautifully. Like, and I wound up hooking up with this girl. I don't even remember her name, but she because it was like through the internet, sick. But she was a sick artist, and she helped me put a lot of backgrounds in there. So the backgrounds are like sick on a lot of these tracks, especially Energy. Energy has a lot of like minor notes, and so it's definitely, the sound is. I think it's like if you know what we were using, if 90s and contemporary had a baby. that's what it sounds like in such a nutshell. So I'm gonna go with that. Plus neo soul. If neo soul was like, yeah, that probably made no sense, but that's what I'm going with. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, everybody. This is Hello, Reesy Wright. We chopping up with. If you got a question or want to join in the conversation, just press number 1 on your phone, and we'll let you in. Let you ask us something. Let us say something. But Reesy, we're gonna play another one of your songs here, because I know our listeners waiting to hear that one, so they could really feel some more of your vibe. We didn't play Nothing Else Matters, did we?
No.
No. Okay. Everybody. Nope. Everybody, this is Miss Reesy Wright, and this is Nothing Else Matters. And you know the drill. Let the windows down, turn the air conditioning up, and put your ear on this.
Nothing else matters when I'm with you. My phone's on silent. That's what I do. 'Cause you're important to me, and I would guess with everything I could believe in. I could believe. See, when you raised like me, you would hold on to things that'll come every day. And for you, I'd pray all my life to love and be loved. For you, I pray to be loved and to give love. And now I found you. And now no one understands the way I feel. I'd even drink your sweat, real deal, real deal. 'Cause you're important to me, and I would guess with everything I could believe in. I could believe. See, when you raised like me, you would hold on to things that'll come every day. And for you, I'd pray all my life to love and be loved. For you, I pray to be loved and to give love. And now I found you. And now
Miss Reesy Wright, y'all.
Yes,
I know-
yes,
I
I'm
know-
here.
I know that one's got a story.
Actually, it doesn't. That one was just
Come
good
on.
vibes, you know.
Come on, be transparent. You already put out the disclaimer. It ain't about you.
Yeah, no. Some of these are about me. But this one, this one was actually just me. I really liked the beat, and for a while I could not write anything to it. And then one day like sometimes I just sit and I just meditate on these beats. I listen to them all day, all night, and this was one of the ones. I just started like singing, like, you know. And at first I wasn't gonna put this one out because like I was like, oh, okay, that's, you know, I don't know if the words like is like, I don't even know if this is grammatically correct, and you know, I wasn't sure if I was gonna put it out. But this was one of the ones where I was just like humming, and it was like almost like a freestyle. And sometimes when I freestyle like that, I have to like record myself or write it down real quick, because I will forget it. But if I write it down and then I like go back to it later and I sing it again with the same melody, then I know, okay, that's it. So this was one of those songs like where I was just driving and I was like, oh shit, oh, let me pull over. Yeah, that was it.
That was gonna be my next question too. Was did the lyrics come first or did the melody come first?
Yeah, it was just like a freestyle. All of it at the same time. Yeah, I'm gonna say all of it.
What do you say, all of it? So
yeah, but somebody said, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna ask you about your whole production process.
Oh, okay. So, like the recording and like who I recorded with and stuff like that.
Yeah, all the good stuff, you know. So, you know, our listeners have some idea because there's some people out there that want to go do what you do, and they don't really know how to do what you do.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So, when it let's see. So I recorded at Hideaway Studios. Most of the stuff at Hideaway Studios. I recorded at Dollars and Deals Studios. Both of these are in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And then I also recorded with Raphael with R2 Chain. I'm probably not even saying that right. Raphael's gonna kick my butt. But he's a sick producer. I mean, I hooked up with him because someone was interested in possibly publishing some of the tracks from the record, from the album. Raphael with RJ2 Beats. So he has won a Grammy. So this was my first time working with a Grammy award-winning producer. So I was like totally like, you know, I was like, oh, this is so dope or whatever. So how everything started is I was just I did my research. I was looking for producers and I was listening to beats. And then once I had like a few things written down, then I started going to the studio and I would lay down these tracks. Over the years, I've worked on a lot with my tone, and I always practice before I go to the studio. So a lot of these were like one takes. Like it was crazy. Like I was never one take Jane, but these were like one take. And the harmonies, I had this girl come in and really like hone my harmonies in. So that was really my process. Like, you know, that's really the process for me from beginning to end with production, and then I got the music mixed and mastered. Back in the day, I would never get my beat mastered. I mean, my music mastered, but it definitely makes a difference. It takes it on a different professional level. Where when you hear my tracks is no different than if you hear somebody else's track. You know, you can't. The quality is there. So, yeah, from beginning to end, that was the process. I mean, the process definitely was not like no month or two. I mean, I think I started recording back in October of last year. I hope to do the next album a little faster, but you know, I had to kind of get in the mood of things, the swing of things, and I was watching Monica and Brandy whole thing last night, and Brandy, she went to go do the song with Keisha Cole. She was telling that story, and she said she hit that song with one take, and I think she said Keisha Cole or whoever was there with her was like, oh. You was ready to get back in the booth. That was your vocal cords telling you was ready to get back in the booth, and it was time. So I listened to that, and that kind of gave me chills because it was like, wow, that was kind of the same thing for me. When I did the first song that I came back and did for a while, the first song that I recorded after like a year or two of not recording, it was like one take. I did the song. I did Drinking and Smoking in one take. I had to go back to do the harmonies and stuff, but it was definitely one take. But yeah, from beginning to end, that's the production story, for sure.
Yeah, well, I definitely applaud you on that because you don't find too many artists who just can go in there and just do a one take recording, so that's just a compliment to a true artist. That's kind of like how you know you're kind of there when you don't have to go in there and punch in and punch out 1,000 times,
Thank you.
Get one part down. So I definitely applaud you on that. That just shows your greatness, girl. But that's how it's done, though. That's how real artists do it, though. Just so you know.
That's how they used to do it back in the day when they had tapes.
Oh yeah, but you know what? I mean, the 24 track. I mean, that was a blessing when they came out with that because you did have a little bit more room, especially when you're working with a live band. You had a little bit more room, to track everything out, and you have a few, few lead vocals, and all your backgrounds and stuff. But when they start coming out with the 48 tracks and all that other stuff, that shit just got messy.
No, man.
It did. Think about it. It just got messy because at the end of the day, you're still going back to 2 tracks, stereo, left and right, so you're still coming back to that. So now you got to try to mix all that stuff where it sound like something, and if you're not careful, you end up with a bunch of stuff that sound like garbage because everything's fighting with everything else.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. But that was one of my goals. My goals is like, because once I start actually going live, I want people to come to my show like, wow, she sounds like the record. Like, I don't want nobody to say, Reesy, don't go see her because she sounds like trash. I want them to come see me because they know it's going to sound like the record and they might get something even better than the record, because vibes are everything. So that was really like big for me. So I always like, that's why I always worked on my voice and how I sound because I practice a lot. I'm not a wing person, like some people they can just wing it and stuff like that. I'm not really that person. Like you got some people that that's what they do. They just freestyle, But then you got some people that they write and they and they actually have to practice, And I practice. I really do practice, So. Yeah, that's me.
Well, you're doing all the right things down there in Florida. I can definitely tell you that one.
Thank you.
So, yeah, just keep on doing what you're doing because it's working for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
So do you get to work with a live band a lot?
Yeah, before periodically, yes, I work with a live band and we do cover songs and things of that sort. Somebody will just call me out of the blue and just be like, hey, I need a singer. And then, that's how I make a little money on the side, Yeah.
Do you find that working with a band, you have a lot more freedom in terms of your performance?
Oh my gosh, I love live bands. Like it's nothing like it, because you can take it wherever you want. Because one thing I am is I'm a performer, so like and I'm big on vibes. So if I'm going there, and they go with me, let's go, So that's what I love about the live dancing. Like, yeah, I practice and stuff like that, but then some things happen because you're in the mood.
Right.
And that's a whole different animal, when you sing in a song and then you feel something, it's so impactful.
Yeah, you can tell the boys, break it down right here. You just got so much freedom on that. And look,
you put that hand up, or you put your little break up. Give me a break right now.
Yep. You can break, raise them up, slow them down, speed them up, stop, start them. You can do all that stuff.
Oh yeah, I done seen band members get cussed out by singing. You need to look at me. You need to watch me. Stop a long time ago. You gonna stop looking at me?
Hey, look, everybody be back there grooving with their eyes closed and nobody looking at nobody.
Okay.
Hey, you stop singing and just turn around and just looking at them with your hand up here like, what are y'all doing?
Okay. We done did this song for 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
For sure. So, Reesy, tell us about energy.
Oh man, energy is a fan favorite. It's definitely good vibes. Like, energy is the declaration track to me. So when you listen to the album, the entire album seems like it's like a relationship. You know, when you start a relationship, you think to yourself, nothing else matters, you know, when I'm with you. You know, you being so in love with that person and so engrossed in them that you forget about a lot of things. And then, you know, things go haywire. You know, maybe that person is not who you thought they were, and that's when drinking and smoking goes into play. You know, I've been drinking and smoking and wondering who you've been loving, playing it over and over. You know, that's drinking and smoking. So, I mean, I'm not going to go over all of the, you know, songs, but the songs show a relationship in it, you know, in how the person changes over time. So energy is like the last track, and it goes to show, like, no matter what goes on, whether you're broken or, you know, whether you're going through a hard time, or whether the person you find out you're with is no good, or maybe you're just, you know, give me 1 second. Or maybe you're just going through whatever, I don't know. But I'm sorry, I got distracted. But
okay. He wanted to be on the show too. Yeah, I'm here, Reesy.
Hello? Yeah, sorry. So
all
energy
over
is that declaration track. Sorry about that. Energy is that declaration track where it just gives you a peace, and it shows you that you can control all aspects of your life. Like, in things that you can't control, you don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? You just keep it moving. But things that you can't control, you go ahead and just be at peace with it until things surpass, if that makes sense. Well, I'm pretty sure that makes sense to a lot of people, but yeah.
All over the world. Everybody, you know the drill. We're going to play energy, but let your windows down, turn your air conditioning up, put your ears on this. This is Energy, Mrs. Reesy Wright.
Protecting my energy. Oh
Okay, your girl Miss Dramaganza, check. Lip gloss, check. Mascara, check. I am Indie with the homie K Diddy, check. You listening to Blog Talk Radio, baby, and I love you for it. Mwah.
Yes. We back with Miss Reesy Wright. I love that song too, Reesy.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, listen, oh, man, time be just flying when you have fun. But listen, you're going to have to get me those other songs.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
You got to get those other songs over to us, though. We down to our last couple of minutes, Reesy, so tell everybody where they can go get your work, where they can go get your music, where they can go see you.
You can go to reesywright.com, where you can click on the link, and it'll show you all of the options for where you can get my music, and that includes like Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, you name it, it's there. I'm very active on my Instagram page, Instagram.com at Reesy Wright. And yeah, check me out. You won't regret it. I really do love all the people that follow me. Everyone is inspiration to me, and my plan is to keep putting out bomb music, real music. Thank you so much.
That's what's up, Reesy. Thank you so much for coming through, chatting it up with us, and we're going to continue to support and play your music, and don't be a stranger.
For sure. I appreciate everything that you guys are doing. I really appreciate this platform. You guys doing y'all thing, too, so I'm definitely going to be family.
All right. Miss Reesy Wright, everybody, go check out, go support, and let everybody know where you heard her at, right here on I Am ND. But, and we'll be back next week, same time, so hang in there, be safe, and put your mask on, peoples.
This is Sweet Love coming to you live in total bliss. You are listening to the best of I Am NG on Blog Talk Radio with your host, K Diddy. Ciao.
Without your touch, I've been lost without the thing I love. Without your kiss, I've been dreaming of the things I miss. Your eyes, your mouth, your lips, your touch, your eyes, your mouth, your face, your touch. Who am I now to tell what will be? No one knows. Who am I now to tell what will be? Well, let it be. Each day we missed, I remember times I used to kiss your mouth, your eyes, your face, your touch. But who am I now to tell of what will be? Well, no one knows. Who am I your touch. Your